309 spin knots. We have team coverage tonight on our storm.
We are live in Hopkins and St. Paul, but we begin with Belinda, who's timing out when this snow will stop for good. Belle?
Well, Julie, it's been quite a day. Let's take a look at the maps and show you what's going on across the region. This storm system has not moved out just yet. In fact, it is still hanging around. The winds are gusting at times up to 30 miles an hour. It has been quite a storm moving in around noontime today in the metro. Earlier into southern Minnesota, you can still see we have some stronger bands, but things are starting to thin out. But it is still snowing, and it will continue snowing through the evening hours. We'll have the timing for you in just a few minutes, but we expect that some spots could still see an inch or so, in fact even up to 2 inches additional, though the winds are a real problem north at 17, as you can see here, and now calm in Jackson, where throughout the day today there has been a blizzard going on, and that is where Boyd Hooper reports this evening.
Like many southern Minnesota communities, Jackson is a city shut off tonight. The main state road into town is closed, I-90 is closed, and travelers had no choice but to pull off and wait it out.
A blizzard warning means severe winter weather conditions are expected or occurring.
Think wind is wind? Then you haven't felt wind on the prairie.
Part of the job, it's not the best.
Jackson County Deputy Taylor Martin was patrolling roads like these before they closed. I-90 didn't make it past 2 p.m.
Yep.
Leaving truckers stranded to wait out the storm.
If anybody can move, I'm out there going. Until they tell me, somebody with a badge tells me I can't go any further.
The Burger King closed after breakfast, while many businesses didn't open at all.
Imagine in an hour it'll be just about blown back in.
Blizzard out here today.
But a determined grocer made hay even when the sun didn't shine.
Locked in the town pretty much.
Among their captive customers, county plow drivers pulled off the roads.
Not all of us live in town, so got food camping out at the shop tonight, so we can take off first thing in the morning again.
Wind like this plays no favorites.
You don't see the snowbanks until you're really in them, and obviously they're not always in the best places.
When we pulled into this gas station this afternoon, there was a drift this high. A plow came in, cleared it out. It's already filling back in. One heck of a cleanup when this wind finally subsides. Boyd Hooper, Kare 11 News, Jackson.
Again, they are advising no travel throughout the evening hours and into the early morning hours in southern Minnesota. And the totals are coming in fast and furious, and meteorologist Laura Bedker has been keeping track of them. Laura?
Yep, Belle, we've been watching them come in, especially over the last hour. Here's the latest of what we're seeing. Laverne is one of the top spots. A foot of snow, and that goes all the way down to about ½ an inch once you get as far north as St. Cloud. Here in and around the Twin Cities metro, New Prague the winner. Again, a foot of snow and just under ½ a foot in Carver and the Chanhassen area, but totals vary city by city. I put the full link of them up on my Facebook page. Here's what we get out the door tomorrow morning. Temperatures don't vary a whole lot as you go hour to hour. Winds near 20 miles an hour, gusting a bit higher than that. That brings wind chills down to the single digits. And of course, we will be talking about blowing and drifting snow all throughout the day tomorrow. Randy and Julie?
All right. Thank you, Laura. That's absolutely right. It is that blowing and drifting snow that's going to mess with the commute in the morning. In the southern part of the state, that's especially true, and MnDOT is still advising, as Belle mentioned, that people do not travel there if at all possible. Jeremiah Jacobson continues our team coverage with a quick look at the roads. Jeremiah?
Hi there, Julie. Yeah, I'm not expecting many of those roads in southern Minnesota will actually stay closed here through tomorrow. You saw the situation Boyd was in. This is MnDOT's 511 MN map. A lot going on here, but all I really want you to focus on are all these red dots you see here. This is southwestern Minnesota, where all those roads are closed, especially I-90 from the South Dakota border on over to Albert Lee. And again, that could stay that way in the day tomorrow. Meantime, let's give you a quick tour of some of the MnDOT traffic cameras here in the Twin Cities. This is up in Maple Grove, and you can see the snow still blowing there by that traffic light and the conditions of the roads there in the North Metro. Take you quickly to St. Paul towards Hamlin. A nicer color photo there. You see kind of those tracks in the highway there on I-94, and then over toward Oakdale. Same situation here, basically all across the metro. You're still dealing with the snow-covered roads tonight, so be careful tonight. And again, there'll be an issue in the morning. Alicia Lewis will have you covered on Sunrise. Randy and Julie.
All right, thanks so much, Jeremiah. Well, police are investigating if the weather contributed to a deadly accident in Minneapolis tonight. A woman was hit and killed at 8th and Hennepin just before 5 o'clock. Investigators say she was in the crosswalk when a car turned and hit her. While police don't yet know if the accident was weather-related, the roads were obviously snow-covered at the time. Well, we have all seen it. Maybe you've even done it. There's a crash and other drivers are snapping pictures as they go by.
It's exactly what police say you should not do. Jay Olstead is live in Hopkins tonight with that story. Jay?
Starting route to Kare 11.
There's already enough to distract us inside the car.
In half a mile, turn left.
From technology to tunes. But as photojournalist George Morinso concentrated on the road this afternoon, we discovered today's distraction, it seemed, was on the outside.
Slow. Just slow.
And it wasn't just the snow that was slowing us down, but our own curiosity.
It's actually shocking for me to...
That, according to Hopkins Police Sergeant Mike Glassberg, who says he saw gawking taken to a whole other level.
On the highway, we had people filming, hanging their hands out the window, and it's so dangerous.
People taking pictures or video with their phones, not just on the highway, but at this crash in Hopkins involving a train and 2 vehicles.
Just at the time that I was on the crash and look out the window, I'd had at least a half a dozen.
I can certainly tell on social media there's a lot of drivers out there doing that.
And it's not just in Hopkins, but across the state, according to the State Patrol.
Drivers need to stay in their vehicle, put the distractions away, slow down, and get to their destination safely.
It's a car crash, which surprises me is why it was such of interest to do that.
Which is why they're asking us to hold off on the curiosity.
Turn left, then arrive at your destination.
Until we get home.
Arrived at Kare 11.
That's Jay Olstead reporting. Well, the snow can be a hassle, but if you can get outside and enjoy it, there's some fun to be had. That's exactly what these students did today at the Highland Rec area in Bloomington. And in St. Paul, there are some others who are also making the best of the weather. Adrian Broadus is live with that story today. Hi, Adrian.
Hey there, Randy. Winter Carnival treasure hunters say clues suggest that $10,000 medallion would be in a new park just across from the Robert Street Bridge, which is in the distance behind us. But one explorer we caught up with a few hours ago said all of this snow made his search difficult.
In the quiet of the night,
I got a couple more shovels and tools up there.
Jerry Larston is ready to work.
Got my light right here.
The father of 4 lets light guide him through the darkness as he searches.
On the banks in front of the Red Cross.
For something special.
I'm looking for the medallion. I'm lost this year. Very lost.
And on this night, Mother Nature didn't give him any favors.
It's harder to look for something, I guess. Everything's all white and